Hi guys! Today I'm going to do my hair story and there's going to be lots of pictures and all that kind of stuff. I was inspired to do this by Rhiannon from Fashion Rocks My Socks, and I think she did this video ages ago, but I'll link her video below because that's kind of what inspired me to do it. Over the years I have had lots and lots and lots of different hairstyles. Some quite embarrassing ones you'll probably look at and go, what were you thinking? There are some embarrassing ones. There are also a lot of embarrassing poses, like this, and general silly faces. I'm not really one for just the kind of picture, so there are a lot of silly faces and a lot of embarrassing ones that everyone does when they're about 15 years old. So I hope you enjoy all the embarrassing photos and the embarrassing hairstyles and the embarrassing poses. This is the first photo I've got to show you. This was taken when I was about 4 years old. It's a school photo from reception, so as soon as we joined primary school we had photos taken, and this is the one that I had taken. As you can see, my hair is really short. My hair stayed short for a long time. Pretty much all of my childhood I just had a bob with a fringe, and that's my natural hair colour. So I was bleach blonde. My hair was white blonde when I was little. You can't really see in the photo, it looks darker. This next photo was taken in year 3, so I would have been 7 years old. As you can see, I've still got the blonde bob with the fringe. In this photo I have my hair clipped back, but I don't think I did that very much. I think that was more of a, ooh, school photo, put a nice clip in kind of thing. I was still wearing glasses now, but I took them off for the photo, and I don't know if you can see, but my eyes were really blue back then. When I was younger they were really blue, and now they're sort of a grey greeny colour, and I don't really know what colour they are. This photo is really embarrassing. This photo was taken before a year 6 disco, so I would have been 10 or 11, probably 10, and this is the longest my hair ever was, really, apart from more recently where it's grown out a bit more. And I had black streaks in my hair because I was a bit of a goth and thought that was the cool thing to do. 10 years old with black streaks and a middle parting. I obviously thought I was Avril Lavigne. This photo was taken in 2008 on holiday, so around summertime, and as you can see it's dark on the top and blonde on the bottom, and I have blonde bits in the fringe. This photo was taken in 2008 I believe, and it was Christmas time, hence the soup. And I had sort of reddish, brownish kind of hair, and it was quite long, and I had this swooping fringe thing going on which stayed for a long time because apparently I thought that was cool. And I used to wear ribbons and a lot of clips in my hair. I don't know if you can see, but underneath the fringe I had dyed pink and the underneath layers were blonde. So I had a few colours going on. My fringe was actually dyed pink, and I had a couple blue bits, blue strands in the lower layer. But as I was on holiday and I was swimming a lot, I was in the sun and the chlorine and all that pink and blue washed out, so I was left with blonde and black. This photo was taken in the same year. I think it was actually before I went on holiday because I still have the pink in my hair. So you can see I've got pink in the fringe and that's what washed out in the chlorine, and I also had coon tails, which were these strands of hair that you would dye striped, which was supposed to be like a raccoon tail, and it was supposed to be really cool, and yeah, it was quite cool to me at the time, but looking back now I just think, what was I thinking? And then as I got bored of the multi-coloured hair, I dyed it all one colour and it sort of came out a bit red, so this is the kind of colour it came out. The moustache was for absolutely no reason. Me, my mum, my friend and her mum and her brother, we just decided to paint moustaches on our faces, so that's why the moustache is there. This photo was between 2008 and 2009, I'm not quite sure, but I would have been about 14, 15, and this is when we dyed my hair again, a darker colour. This photo isn't really what I wore my hair like. I was having a bit of a girly moment and decided I wanted to put on a nice top and do my hair a bit girlier because I always had it in a bit of a weird style. This photo was taken on my 15th birthday I think, and this is when I had more of the swooping fringe cut in, so it came from right up here and swooped around my face, and it was all one colour, and for some reason I liked wearing those Smurf kind of hats. And there you go, there is the pout and the peace sign, but it should really be this way. I'm not quite sure why this is happening, I don't know. So this one is when I got extensions and decided that I wanted the long hair with the sweeping fringe and the puffy top. So my hair was puffy on the top and I had sweeping fringe and a lot of hairspray to hold that in place. I remember I really liked my hair back then, but it took ages to do and I was quite lazy with it, so didn't actually have this style that often. Then this happened. I decided it would be a good idea to attack my hair with blue hair dye. Didn't last very long, it faded out really quickly and it looked horrible. This is the colour it was when I had just dyed it, because that was the day I had my lip pierced. Yeah, I had blue hair. Then I got rid of the blue hair and dyed it brown again and went straight back to the style I had before, with the extensions and the puffy top. Again, with the pose, I don't even know. Then I got a bit bored of that and kept the style but dyed in some blonde streaks in the top and the side. After I'd done that, I had it cut short. I still wore my extensions, but it was still short and it still had blonde bits in the front. And again, you can see how short it is there. I think that's Christmas 2009 maybe. So I would have been probably about 15, 16 there. Then I decided I'd go with a more natural colour and dyed my hair a mousy brown. The extensions sort of got rid of, I didn't really wear them much anymore, but I still had this sweeping fringe. Then I started switching between the sweeping fringe and just a normal fringe, and my hair was more of a natural colour. It was kind of a caramelly, blondie brown. That's a dinosaur toy I'm holding there. Then I gradually dyed my hair lighter, adding blondes, but I didn't want to go straight to blonde really quickly, so I gradually lightened it. And here it's a little bit lighter and I don't have the sweeping fringe, I just have a normal fringe, which still started from the other side of my head. This photo was taken while I was doing my GCSEs, so I would have been 15, 16, probably 16 at this point. My friend thought it would be funny to put icing on my nose, so that's why that's there. And my hair was quite short and the layers were still quite short and it was still looking quite thin. Then my hair got even blonder and I got blonde hair extensions. This was in year 11, so I would have been 16, and it was just before prom, I remember, because I got my hair extensions specifically for prom, and my hair was very blonde. It was almost bleach blonde, even though I hadn't actually used bleach. It was very light. These are extensions. You can see my hair was no way at all this long. I wish it was now, but it's not. This again was year 11 and the geek glasses were in. That was a fun thing to do. Then I got bored of the fringe and thought I'd try a middle parting, and it didn't last very long. I had a middle parting, wore it for a little while with blonde hair, with extensions and without, and got a little bit bored of that, so stopped doing that. This photo was also in year 11, so I would have been 16, and I was getting more interested in kind of vintagey thing, but still sort of mixing between what I liked before. This is what my hair was like underneath the extensions. This is how short my hair actually was and how blonde it was. Again, I've got the same hat on, and this was taken when me and my mum went out in London in the O2 Arena. This is what I looked like at prom, and before prom I had my fringe cut a little bit shorter and I had the underneath layer of my fringe dyed black, and it was still very blonde, the rest of my hair, and I had my extensions curled and I had a tiny little tiara. So that's what I looked like at prom in year 11. Then after that I dyed my hair red. Having red hair was awful because it just faded within a second. It was horrible. Although it did go quite a nice pink colour, which is this. It went quite a nice pink colour. Again with the pose. This wasn't even that long ago. This was probably when I was, probably before I was 17, and I'm still pulling silly faces. Well, I still pull silly faces now. Then I dyed it red again because I didn't really want to get rid of the red yet. But it went a lot darker than it did before. It wasn't as bright or vibrant, and I sort of got into this thing of pinning one side back and combing the rest of it over, so it almost looked like I had had the side shaved. This photo was taken on a dress up day. We were superheroes, so that's why I have a lot of glitter and stuff on my face. And this is what colour my hair went after I dyed it red the second time. It was kind of a reddy, browny colour, like you didn't really know what kind of colour it was. And my hair was getting a lot healthier despite me dyeing it red. So this photo was taken just before or just after I turned 17. I'm not quite sure, I can't remember, but it was around that age, and I decided I didn't want all these silly hairstyles and silly colours anymore. So I dyed it chocolate brown, and after that I just let it fade. I'd had most of the broken hair cut off, so it did end up quite short, and it was almost all the same length. Then as that grew out, my fringe got a lot longer and my hair got a lot thicker because the layers had grown out a bit more, and it lightened up. As you can see, it's quite light, and I think this is mainly down to me having bleach blonde hair before dyeing it brown. And I haven't dyed my hair since I dyed it that chocolate brown colour. So these next photos, there's no dye in my hair, it's all naturally fading out. Then I had a full fringe cut in, and this was taken when I was 17, and most of my hair was kind of a naturally colour. Again, the dye was just fading out. And I had a thing for clipping the sides back, and my hair like this you will have seen in videos because it was around this time that I started making YouTube videos on this channel. I really liked my hair like this, and I really liked the length. And I was getting a bit bored of my hair like this, so I got John Frieda lightening spray, and I didn't want to spray it on all of my hair to start with because I wanted to test it out, and if it damaged my hair then I could cut it off rather than damaging all my hair. So I sprayed it on the ends to start with, and it did make a difference, it did lighten my hair, and I ended up with a bit of an ombre kind of look, which I didn't mind. It wasn't really what I was going for, but the ombre was kind of in at that time, so I didn't mind that much. After I used that product, my hair knotted up loads. It was horrible to deal with, I couldn't brush it, it was brittle, it broke all the time, so I was absolutely fed up with it, and I had it cut all at one length because I want to grow my hair out long. And I thought, it's better to cut it short and let it grow out than it is to just leave it and let it break more. So I had it cut short. These are quite recent photos, within the last 3-4 months. There's photos of me and my mum when we went shopping, and you can see in this photo that I've got natural highlights in my fringe. You might be able to see it here, I'm not sure, but in my fringe my hair has natural highlights. In this photo you can really see how short my hair was because it's straight rather than being curly. And this is my head student photo before we left. So this is what my hair looks like now, and this is the most recent photograph I have. It's a lot healthier than it's ever been, really. It's quite thick but lacks volume, and I'm quite happy with my hair how it is now. I'm going to have it trimmed, but I'm not going to go back to having it short. I'm just going to keep growing it out long. I hope you liked this video. It was kind of fun to look back on all the photos and see how my hair has changed, how my face has changed, how I've just kind of grown up. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching. Bye guys!